Wack 100 backdoors Adam22 by bringing Mitchy Slick up to no jumper. Yeah, man. It looked like it's getting ugly between Adam and Wack, man. Y'all know what happened last week, man. Moose Man came up to no jumper and blew the lid off that motherfucker, right? But this is where you got to realize that Adam22 is starting to acknowledge these games, man. You got to understand. He the HNIC up there. Not Wack. You understand me? You are an employee. He pay you for your services. He cut the check. That is his house. You understand what I'm saying? And when you push a clear person to the back wall, man, they start, hey, you know what? I think your service is no longer needed. Yeah, nigga, it's about to be the first 48 in there, boy. Yes, sir. And trust me, you don't want to get on this side, bad side, Wack, because if you do, it's going to be snitching part 2. Yes, that man will tell on you if you told him anything in privacy that you thought you can trust. So you might as well fix that relationship. It's finna get ugly, man. So with that being said, let's get into this content. Let's get it. Let's go.
Got the Faison Love and other people call Adam22 out for disrespecting San Diego's rap scene. Wack 100 was set up one of the most diabolical interviews that he could possibly done after the Moose Man situation. Now, Wack 100 would invite Mitchy Slick up to no jumper. Now, if you don't know who Mitchy Slick is not only a street figure in San Diego, but he's also one of the iconic dudes from back in the day in the local hip hop scene. Now, with that being said, Adam would last week try to explain the situation scenario of what he was saying about San Diego.
So I was
yeah, they wasn't feeling that.
I was podding with Sean Cotton, and really, if you ask me, what I said was like nothing. Sean Cotton said that he was staying in San Diego, and then I said something like, yeah, it's like not that much of a music city out there, right? Like you probably ain't gonna find a new rapper out there. To me, really not offensive in any way.
You said it in a different tone.
I can actually pull it up because it's on Mitchy Slick's Instagram, but
maybe a little weirdo, but
yeah, a little weirdo, like probably one of the more
3, man. He be doing his thing out there in San Diego.
Yeah, shouts to CH gang, y'all. Shouts.
All right, so let's bust this all the way wide open, man. Let's just call it what it is, man. Now, everybody know that it is plenty of J.O. felony. What are y'all talking about, bro? Y'all not gonna forget the keyways. Now I understand. It was a person at one point in time, you know what I'm saying, that was from the same, direction I'm from, right? Had a problem with him, and, I was always siding with mine. But I don't have no problem with J.O. Felony. I think he one of the dope artists. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, J.O. Felony, man. Don't ever forget about J.O. Felony, right? I don't know who that is. You see what I'm saying? Not to mention that, Mitchy Slick been on no jumper. 3 years ago, he was on no jumper about the same shit of people disrespecting San Diego. So while Adam said that, nigga, you out of line, boy. And look, I won't be surprised if all hell break loose in this interview. Let's go.
Weirdo, shouts to
all right, let's peep this.
G-Fay.
Let's peep what I actually said in context.
Sorry I'm late, too. I was in San Diego, the best city in Cali.
What the hell are you doing out there?
Just family.
Okay. Not really like a music city.
Not really, but it's just...
You're not going to find an artist to sign out there, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Sorry. Little weirdo, you fire, but,
Oh, he's from San Diego?
Yeah.
You got... Well, they act...
Wow. Honestly, just seeing it now is like... The fact that the whole city was offended by that, like, bro, San Diego, reality check. It's been all these decades. You do not have room to act like I'm tripping for what I said in that clip at all.
But hold on. Saying that, you coming out the up and coming saying that. You're not going to really...
Yeah. Well, you did it now, boy. Woo! Shit. But I got to say this. You're out of line. You out of line. But this is how he go viral. You see what I'm saying? He got to be the bearer of bad news. You see what I'm saying? But, let's be clear. Which y'all just going to have a debate with him. It's not like, but let it be in somebody black. Somebody from the streets. If you caught him at a bus stop, you caught him somewhere in San Diego, swap meet, you know what I'm saying? you know, because San Diego is a rich city. Don't ever get San Diego fucked up, nigga. That's a rich. It's very expensive out there too, by the way. Yeah, but nah, nigga. Y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all seen Adam22? Ain't nobody finna run up and bing bow boom. You see what I'm saying? Change the color. You know what I'm saying? Of the sky that day. Ain't nobody finna do nothing. Not to say that something like that should happen. You know, you use your words, nigga. Use your words. But you know, that just goes to show. I've been on this campaign, like, man, we let anybody get away with what they want to say. But when it comes to our own people, we assassinate our own people behind certain shit. You see what I'm saying? Pack outs, jumps, you know what I'm saying? Stump outs, all that shit happen. Y'all know not to mess with him because you know what's the consequences behind that. You niggas is going to jail. And you niggas are scared of the police because you like to commit crimes and acts of violence as long as you can get away with it. So, I want to see San Diego stand up on this. Not just the present, but the past too. Yeah, nigga, it's a blast from the past of some real people. I ain't heard Jail Felony name not once. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jail Felony, like, man, fuck that nigga Nina boy, man. I actually fuck with that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, on some real shit though, right? Yeah, man, I ain't gonna let y'all leave out him. Siete, for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other dope rappers from San Diego. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them from Lincoln Park. You know what I'm saying? It's some Damus out there, man, that's popping. You know what I'm saying? There's some Keyways that's popping. You know, so, you know, this shouldn't be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this content space. Nigga want to see what y'all standing on, gang. Let's go. This the one now. That's here.
Nobody to sign out there?
Yeah.
That's coming out the up and comings, bro. What are you talking about?
Well,
maybe
I mean,
you just ain't heard of them yet.
Okay, but we haven't seen anybody really like come up musically out of San Diego in.
And then you got
ever,
San Diego
right?
legends out there, though.
So, yeah,
But who's the biggest artist out of San
But
Diego?
again, I didn't say anything about the legends. What I said does not reflect on the legends in any way. What I said was you're probably not going to find an artist to sign out there because at this time, there's nobody really popping up out of San Diego like that. And I even shouted out Lil Weirdo to acknowledge that there are like some artists coming out of there. But bro, the fact that they found it within their heart to be offended by this, San Diego, most delusional city in California, and it's not even close.
Now, as Adam attempted or acted like he was going to explain what he said, and it wasn't that bad, he still ended up being disrespectful in the end, calling San Diego the most delusional city in California. Now, while some people may feel like that wasn't a shot at the city, I believe not only do I believe that, but Mitchy Slick thought that as well. Now, Wack didn't blindside Adam with his interview. He actually let Adam know that he could bring Mitchy Slick up on a podcast, and Adam actually said this was someone he thought he wanted to interview. So, soon as the interview started, Wack set the tone immediately.
Yeah, you lucky, man. You lucky. I was gonna come in here and get some practice. You know what I'm saying on you today. Yeah. No, you've been on some verbal shit, but you know you take advantage of shit.
He does.
Like what? You know you gotta from the beginning. Adam kind of really didn't with me way back.
I know.
Right, and then I did a he didn't with me. I used to call him by my artist. He wasn't with me. So over time, over years, him, his wife, his daughter, his pops, Adam know that Wack ain't gonna go that far with me. He knows that the respect and the brotherhood is genuine.
He played on it last week.
He played on it. You played on it. Instagram going crazy.
Right.
Dago was on. I said, what the f did I do to Dago? And I'm like combing through it. I'm like, what did I tell my exposure? I said, yo, why? They said, yo, Adam went on there and said this. So they sent me the clip. So I addressed it because I understand that pocket. I understand Dago. I've been rocking with him for a long time. People don't know about that inner workings of it, so I had to bring one of the voices, prominent voices, I feel, of Dago.
Living legend.
Mitchy Slick.
Come on, living legend.
You know, sitting right across.
Right across.
And this is why we sit like this.
You got to stand.
Because I ain't guy. Wasn't me. It was the white guy.
It was the white guy.
Mitchy Slick isn't to the point where he wants to do anything physically to Adam because I don't believe he would be there for that. But you can tell clearly he has a lot to get off his mind about not only what Adam said, but he also wants to represent his city, San Diego. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if you're a good reader of body language, you can see that Mitchy Slick is sitting there listening to Wack open this conversation up, and he's really ready to let off his frustration on Adam. Now, I'm not saying that he wants to do anything physical to Adam, but you can tell by the look in his demeanor that he's not there to BS and play around, laugh, and giggle about this situation. And, you know, he wasn't the only person that had an issue with what Adam said. I mean, there was other San Diego podcasters as well who also spoke out about this. Now, this was just the beginning of the podcast.
Okay, the exact quote of what I said to Sean Cotton, and actually, honestly, like when we were having that conversation was at the very beginning of the podcast where I didn't even really think about the fact that we're being recorded, but he said, sorry, I'm late. I'm coming from San Diego. And I said, yeah, you know, San Diego's not so much of a music city these days. I was like, you're probably not going to find an artist to sign down there. But then immediately I shouted out Lil Weirdo, who I believe is coming on at some point in the near future too. So
where Lil Weirdo from?
San Diego.
From San Diego?
Yeah, the Mexican from out there. But honestly, like, I've had the same conversation about a lot of other places in recent memory too. Like, I lived in New York for 6 or 7 years. I love New York. Culturally, almost no city, or really no city in like America is as important to hip hop as New York, because that's where it came from. So, but we've had that conversation where it's like a couple years ago.
All right. This is how you ruin relationships, right? Right next to him is a wilding out participant, right? But catch this game. Nick Cannon is from San Diego, y'all. Yeah, Nick Cannon, boy. So while you saying that shit, it's already bad that, you know, people look at you like you get the, you know, the benefit of the doubt. But this in San Diego, man, you for sure lost Nick Cannon. There's no way that man will ever rock with you on some serious shit when you saying fugazi shit like that, bro. It's too many, man. Hey, you gotta give it to him. That's like saying San Bernardino. When we got fly, you got some big artists that's gonna be big in the future, like Doggy Style. You know, a lot of them young niggas, man. Not to mention they got dope rappers from Bakersfield. They got, man, we all over. It's just crazy how you just fix your mouth to say that shit and it's no real blowback, bro. Ain't nobody finna do nothing, but, you know, at the end of the day, man, you got to get this shit right. I noticed Mitchy Slick ain't even looking at him in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the refrain from want to show him he'll fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? But I was always taught to look a man in his eyes. So, you know, I don't know if that still count for today, but yeah, nigga, I want to see Mitchy show that aggression. Like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? The wrong kind. Yeah, Mitchy Slick. Let's go.
Ago, we were interviewing all kinds of drill rappers from New York. Nowadays, that scene has kind of just fallen apart, which largely because, you know, people got locked up and killed and everything like that. But for sure, it's not just a San Diego thing. Because even out of LA, if you wanted to pick out like the top,
bro, it's 10 hoods, bro.
But pick the top 10 rappers out of LA in the last 5 years.
It's like in LA that ain't never had a rapper.
That's a fact.
It's 100 hoods in LA that ain't never had a rapper.
That's a fact.
And then why we ain't saying slick shit about them though?
No, that's a fact. That's real.
You know, I've actually learned over the course of years of doing content on the internet that you can't please everyone. And sometimes things that you can say where you just feel like, hey, listen, I'm just voicing my opinion, can piss people off to the extent that you would have no idea of if you wouldn't come in contact with them. Now, in this situation, in this scenario, Adam is connected to people who are connected to people in San Diego, you know, so it was able to get back to him how people was feeling, and really they were able to sit down and have this conversation. Now, again, there is a lot of rappers and even content creators all over the country in every city, small or big, in the United States. And for the most part, every city has their own local hip-hop scene. But just like San Diego, even where I'm from, you know, there hasn't been too many big artists. I want to say, like, right now, Trippy and, you know, a few other people may be the only artists that even have any recognition outside of the city. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a hip hop scene where I'm at. It's just that they have no reach. There's no market here. There's no industry where we are. And it seems like San Diego is in that same predicament. But Adam's tone to San Diego came off disrespectful, and Mitchy Slick had no problem letting Adam know how he felt. Now, at the same time, we have this situation with Wack 100 and Moose Man still going on. And even if you thought that, listen, it's over with, Wack said what he said, Adam said what he said, they're both back potting together, they must have let bygones be bygones, you would be dead wrong to assume that. And Wack wasted no time beelining from the whole entire San Diego situation to actually speaking about his current state with Moose Man, as well as he would bring up Brick Baby, Munchie B, and other people for the remainder of the podcast. I mean, Mitchy Slick sat there basically in silence for the most part for the rest of the podcast while Wack attempted to actually or rehash the Moose Man content.
Now I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh shit, here we go.
Let's do it, and then I'm gonna put some shit on your ass.
We're gonna rewind.
Oh shit.
Why pay for 5 different tools to create your podcast when you can just use Riverside? Here's how I use it. I go to riverside.com, I shoot a link to my guests, and hit record. When I'm done, Riverside automatically prepares a polished episode.
Out of respect to you, I had the conversation. I heard you say Wack was scared to sit down with Moose because of the conversation. But when I had the conversation with him and asked him what his issues was, everything he was talking about was some YouTube shit that he was unaware of the inner workings of. He didn't really have, like, I thought he really had
him to like really try to say what he wanted to say to you. It left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, he didn't really have much to say.
Bro,
and to say,
stop shitting on him.
I'm not shitting on him.
No, Adam, like I thought, listen,
Weasel boy.
Listen, Adam, I thought that he really like has some real like
Little Weasel.
Like on some, I thought he has some and bro, his whole shit was people that know Jumper. Maybe I said, let me see what the fuck he got on his mind. Everything the dude mentioned, I said, bro, do you not know how long I was up here before Munchie B came through them doors?
Mm-hmm.
Munchie B wasn't here. That was already going on for some clubhouse shit. He didn't really have no real questions. I thought he was gonna ask me some real shit.
He didn't have no backing. I'm just calling
So
it. Don't do that. I'm being honest.
Do you know?
He didn't have nothing to really stand on. You gotta be honest.
Yeah, but you're not thinking about how this looks, that you're just so eager to dump on Moose.
I'm not trying to dump on him.
Also, I want you to watch this podcast back because after every sentence he says, you're like,
No, but watch this. I ain't saying nothing wrong.
No, it's like you're ad-libbing everything
Hold on,
he
watch
says the
this,
whole
though,
time.
Adam.
So if you're trying to beat the glazing allegations, it's
first and foremost,
more.
white dude, let's keep it real.
I'm just being real.
Sometimes being the people we are, we have to be supportive of who we with. You act like I just met this dude.
I've known him.
You said you didn't even know who he was.
No, but once he thought about it, he realized we met each other years ago.
Not only that,
you said that you hung out with him 10 times, and you said you didn't.
No, I didn't remember.
We have been at the Nick Cannon shit, eating $400 worth of sushi.
Reddit, put the clips side by side.
No, this real shit.
Nuts.
So let me ask you a question. What did you see me do wrong to Spody Face outside of produce the paperwork that didn't say what he said it said? Nothing.
Spody Face doesn't like you at this point. Well, you guys started hating each other because you did the whole thing where you surprised him with DC, and then
he didn't hate me for that.
I know, but y'all were still cool.
Hold on, stop. Third.
No. But then they didn't put it out for
third.
Like
after the podcast.
Well, I'm telling you, fucking answer. Then you didn't talk for like a week. You got mad at him because you thought that he wasn't going to put it out. And then you start tripping on him all crazy.
No, it wasn't him.
Then he did put it out.
No, that wasn't him. It was Bro Rogan shit. Right, but let me watch this third.
But
after the podcast
about Spody Face for not putting it out. Then they did put it out, and then y'all have still been beefing, even though it did come out.
Third, after the podcast, what did fucking DC Baby Draco and Spody Face do 20 yards away from everybody for 15 minutes? Them niggas was cool, like me and you in the hallway. This is why, see how he did you? When he act one way on the table, but step out there and say, oh, it's cool. So I didn't understand that because after they was cool. So I'm like, oh shit, all right, ain't a problem.
Right.
All right, so I just want to say this. ain't nobody been speaking on DC Baby Draco. Y'all didn't realize bro must be in jail. Not wishing jail on bro, but where's DC Baby Draco? When last time y'all seen a video from DC Baby Draco? I know I ain't tripping. Ain't nobody been mentioning his name. None of that shit, man. You know, if you in jail, bro, when you get home, man, you check this out, man. You got to stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hopefully you ain't in jail. Because I ain't seen no uploads. You know what I'm saying? I'm subscribed, notification. I ain't seen none of that shit. Unless YouTube just ain't pushing that on my channel. I used to check his Instagram and shit, but I ain't seen nothing. So that led me to believe that, you know, that nigga might be in jail. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, nigga, you see how motherfuckers will forget about you that fast? It's a cold game. Let's go.
But bro, you have not called dude out on like your moves. You playing this innocent shit now, but the shit you was coming with wasn't no innocent shit. Like I know if I'm talking to a priest or a gangster motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? You tell a priest, hey, fuck you, God bless. Gangster nigga, fuck you when I see you, whatever, it's gonna lead to something. So I'm asking you, at what point in time are you gonna say, yo, Moose, you sitting up here, yeah, Wack, I feel Wack overreacted, right? But Moose, stop acting like you didn't give dude a reason to trip.
I told him.
Because dude be on the podcast, like, man, I don't know, man. I just wanted to pod. Right. Nigga, when you say, fuck you, you ain't shit. And to all my Mexican community, let me clear this up.
You hate
I didn't say I didn't like Mexicans.
You want them deported.
No, a black dude who come from doing time in the system, is two ways with a Mexican. It's respect. It's disrespect. There's no how I'll bullshit with Mitchy, crack jokes with Doughboy. I don't do that with Mexicans because it's the turmoil I've been in, my neighborhood been in, right? So there's no room for me to clown and bullshit with just a Mexican dude I don't know. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know how he's gonna hear that, and I'm gonna hear it off the back as a negative. It don't matter. That's shit wrong from Pacoima. My last 10 homies called life on a Mexican, not a Crip. My last G homie, rest in peace, J-Dog, was killed by a Mexican, not a Crip, right? So I got a bunch of Mexican comrades, but I don't pussyfoot and play around and with Mexicans that I don't know. We got a relationship and a rapport that we however it is, but I don't do that. All he had to do is say, yo, Wack, I got a few questions for you. Let's sit down and talk about it. And I would have did it.
Well, you know that Moose got put off Norte because of that.
All right, chat. I want y'all to notice something. Mitchy Slick ain't saying shit. What was the point of having that man up there, bro? Just to show face, he said 2 words. Mitchy Slick is a very intelligent person. He can speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? What was the point of you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, just chill out and just bring you up there as a deterrent, you know, to scare the little white boy. Bro, let that man speak. Let that man address his issues. You brought that man up there so he could sit back and watch you have a debate with your co-host every day? That shit trash. Nigga, I don't want to hit, nigga. See, it couldn't be me. Now, I understand you got practice restraint and all that shit, but nigga, I ain't come from San Diego, nigga, to sit back and watch you talk about some shit you niggas could talk about another day. That's all the way out. Mitchy Slick ain't saying shit. I'm just watching Mitchy Slick. I'm like, damn, nigga, shit, nigga, say something. Nigga, man, look, these niggas swinging at each other. Duck, get in there. Do something, nigga, shit. Flag on the plate. Nah, nigga, let's get this shit right. You know, because Mitchy Slick is a legend, homie. He deserved to be heard. And I don't like that shit. Yeah, you know, and I don't like how you dogging out my cousin Eileen. You know what I'm saying? So what, we supposed to fight over this? Hey, watch what you saying, partner. Yeah, nigga, menace to society. But nah, Mitchy Slick is a good dude, a good rapper, nigga. That's the wrong kind. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to hear what he had to say, man. So, you know, but I guess, you know, that silence spoke power. You know what I'm saying? But you know how this shit go, man. You know, don't, nigga, don't fuck around when it comes to Dago, nigga. I've been out there, man. I get hella love in Dago, and I fuck with him. Shout out to Hoodie Hood too, man. I seen that thing that Bush Carmen said too, man. He's saying you a car podcaster or some shit like that. That was the ultimate disrespect. I like how you handled that. Hoodie Hood is a good dude, man. He make good logic too. So, yeah, man, this shit is just watered down, man. What can you do if somebody lying on you or hating on you and you can't do nothing about it? Man, I like how Mitchy Slick carried himself, and I know he kind of wanted to talk, but Wack was hot dogging them airwaves, man, and I caught that shit. Let's go.
Conversation.
They said he can't even go back to SAC.
No,
They said
the
claim
problem.
Davis.
I'm gonna tell you this. This another thing he ain't did the math on. Man, these motherfucking Mexicans down here ain't gonna give a fuck about this dude. You from Sacramento.
Clothing brand owners want to know how to get results like this, and this. The truth is.
And he said that you put $1,500 on his head. That didn't happen
why he
either.
keep saying
All
that?
you said was you cost $1,500.
I said that's all you cost.
He didn't say I was gonna put that on your head, but he didn't
That's
say that he was gonna
anybody.
do it. Yeah, he said you cost $1,500.
Yeah,
Nigga,
but-
500, you go to the right place.
Now, Mitchy Slick done sat there through all of this and listen, I ain't got nothing to do with all of this crazy talking, all of this drama. And it's clear that Wack don't want to let the Moose Man situation go. And Adam is still playing the role of he really didn't do anything wrong because to Adam, it was all content. And with that being said, I believe that it's all content with Wack because Wack is back on No Jumper regardless of what Adam said or the direction that Adam went in. Again, I stand on what I said from the beginning. I believe that Wack was not in on this play, but I guess maybe Wack has a, motive to still be on No Jumper, as well as maybe he's going to try to work his hand and do something similar to Adam on a podcast in the future. We don't know. But what I do know is Wack is still feeling some type of way about this whole Moose Man incident because he's still talking about it. Now, true enough, this show is recorded on Thursdays, but the fact that on Thursday Wack was still talking about it lets us know a lot. Now, it did get a little fed at the end, and I'm not sure why Doughboy chose to bring it up, but he brought the fact that Wack mentioned it only take $1,500 to get somebody up out of here. And, Moose Man actually repeated that. He echoed that Wack actually said that to him. And at some point, man, people got to stop saying certain things on the internet. I guess once you get away with saying certain stuff and doing certain stuff for so long, you believe that, these are things that you are able to say online. Now, I'm not saying that Wack is going to get arrested or go to jail for saying these type of things, but if Moose Man come up missing, he'll be one of the first people that get investigated for it. At the end of the day, though, like I said, Mitchy Slick wanted nothing to do with this podcast after they began talking about all of the messy shit that goes on No Jumper.
All right, so we gonna go ahead and get out of this one. We finna go to the interview with Mitchy Slick 3 years ago. With Sharp. Y'all remember when Sharp was one of the hosts on No Jumper? Let's check it out. All right, here we go.
I had some little state that was balling. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be for growing up with a nigga anywhere else in Southern California.
Like a motherfucker. Okay. How was it? The famous question, man, because I hope this really opens up the conversation right here.
Yeah.
How was it for Mitchy Slick growing up in San Diego?
So first you got to know, from 2000, 99, my nigga, to maybe 2015, I was in LA just as much as I was in Dago. You know what I'm saying? I didn't had houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and Trub, nigga, had the Manchellini up on the hill in Malibu. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had. So I've been in LA and both. So I'm a good judge, and I want to start by saying that I'm not speaking exactly for me when I say this shit. I'm speaking for Dago, and my view is a little bit different than the average San Diego nigga due to the fact that I've been in LA, I've been in Atlanta, I've been in the Bay. I lived in the Bay for 6 years with them niggas, them my niggas, you know what I'm saying, and all that shit. I've been around. So when I speak, I don't necessarily speak for me. I speak for more for the mentality of a San Diego nigga. You feel me? So growing up in San Diego for me, is gonna basically be the same way it's gonna be for growing up with a nigga anywhere else in Southern California.
Yeah.
Not anywhere else, but the most active places. Compton, Watts, South Central, all that shit. Yeah. And I'm good enough judge to be able to say that because I done been in all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I done walked through over there with the homies in South Central, Compton. I ain't spent a whole lot of time in Compton, but I done been over there at the Red End with the Fruits. I done been over there with the, you know what I'm saying, with the Campanellas and all that. I done been up to the park. Me and the homies used to drive up from Dago and play against all the homies from Compton and shit. You know what I'm saying? San Diego against Compton football. I don't know what other cities did that before, but I know San Diego niggas do that. And shout out to my Compton niggas, but we used to whip them niggas ass. In football and shit.
See, I got set up, man.
You feel me?
They get teamed up again. Let's go.
You wanted the motherfucker to be here for this shit.
Hey, but shout out to all my listen, shout out to all the Compton homies. Yeah. All the Compton homies we used to play, all the Damu, Damus against Damus. We was cheating a little bit because we had real NFL player niggas on our team, nigga. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying, nigga? And the niggas be like,
so he told you the truth. He said they was cheating.
He said they was cheating. I got some little homies in San Diego State that was balling. You know what I'm saying? we ain't got that.
Come on, I'm from Lincoln High School, my nigga. We got Hall of Famers, homie. We got T. Davis, Marcus Allen, homie. We got niggas up out of my high school, my nigga, right now. You know, we really producing that shit.
San Diego done produce some athletes, man.
But coming up in San Diego in my generation is more the particular question. You know what I'm saying? My generation, I grew up in the heart of the crack era, homie. As a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, the most influential times, you feel me? And so like when I hear those comments a little bit, AD nigga. You know what it is, homie? I don't look at it like you're being disrespectful. You're not being disrespectful. It's just that the information ain't there. So that some of the jokes that y'all was saying, y'all don't understand how a San Diego nigga gonna take them jokes due to the fact that we wasn't just in San Diego. When I was 12, nigga, we was banging against LA and Compton Crips, nigga, in San Diego. You feel me? We walking out at lunchtime, nigga, going up to the Four Corners of Death, nigga. And nigga, it'd be 30 Grape Street niggas, nigga, on Ozark, nigga. We having to get down with these niggas and then walking back to school to get in school on time. So when niggas say certain shit about Dago, we be like, wait a minute, nigga, we did it with y'all.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because LA niggas was taking over all of Southern California because niggas had dope first. Niggas had dope first. San Diego niggas didn't have dope. Even though we close to the border, we didn't have dope. The only niggas in San Diego that had dope was my hood. So a lot of other niggas was like, shit, we trying to get some money. It wasn't like LA niggas was coming taking over. No, they was coming and hooking up with San Diego niggas and getting money. But it was really just the Crips though. It wasn't really no Bloods coming to San Diego. Shout out to the one homeboy from the homie from what's he from Peblos? Rest in peace, Ace. That was the only Damu that would really only be in Dago. But I'm talking about Grape Street, 11-8 East Coast niggas, Watts niggas, Compton niggas. Nigga, them was the first niggas we was getting into it with when I was a little kid coming out. Them was the niggas, check it out, nigga. We would walk from Lincoln lunchtime. So put it like this. At Lincoln lunch, homie, is like the most active shit you could ever be in at Lincoln High School. You got to understand when y'all see the numbers and the murder rate and all that shit. Yeah, our murder rate is low because it's only like 75,000 niggas in San Diego. It's low in San Diego. But if you come to Southeast San Diego, that's like if LA was just South Central. If LA was just South Central.
It's going to be lower.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Our shit bunched together.
You feel me? Y'all niggas got a whole bunch of black high schools, a whole bunch of black neighborhoods.
Los Angeles County.
We have one black neighborhood in San Diego. That's Southeast San Diego. And in that area, so now you get the numbers because all these other millions of people. So yeah, the murder rate is low and this crime is low. Yeah, if they do it for Southeast, it ain't low. You feel what I'm saying? And so imagine being a 13-year-old nigga just trying to get active and you walking up to lunchtime, which is going to be like Euclid and Imperial. That's going to be like Crenshaw and what, King or Crenshaw? What's the hottest?
Crenshaw, Slauson.
Crenshaw, Slauson.
Imagine that's where y'all go to eat lunch every day at lunchtime.
Yeah.
You know the type of shit you would see every day if you was a little nigga going up there during the crack era? 16-year-old niggas with $500,000 and 2-3 lowriders and shit like that. You feel me? 15-year-old niggas owning their own limousines and pulling up at lunchtime, throwing money off the roof and shit like that.
Niggas went to school with.
Shout out to nigga, imagine low riders in the parking lot, homie. Low riders in the parking lot. Niggas cut out on Danas and all that shit at school, going to school. I don't know why they was going there. These niggas didn't give a fuck about school. They just get bitches, you know what I'm saying? But same LA shit, same LA story, same Oakland story, same shit. But it was a little bit different for us because we was having to deal with not only San Diego niggas, and when I speak this shit, I have to remember all this shit. I'm not saying San Diego niggas and LA niggas was getting it from San Diego. No, the same niggas that we was getting it from was the same niggas that was intertwining and getting into it. So it ain't like we wasn't dealing with the shit. San Diego niggas was dealing with the shit, but LA niggas would come to San Diego and do their thing and try to do their thing too. And they would be dealing set up shop based upon we didn't have dope. So if a nigga had dope,
they're like, you over here in the section.
They're like, come over this way, nigga, break off some of them yaks. You feel me?
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of legendary niggas that we know, a lot of legendary names that was LA niggas. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of Long Beach niggas, Compton niggas, all that shit was in Dago, homie. Like on that walk to the trolley tracks to go to, you know, we got the trolley in Dago. Y'all got what y'all got? The red line, blue line?
The blue line. You just had to make the red line. Look.
Yeah, my bad. Hey, you know, because you know who I heard it from. I heard it from homies. I know. But that walk, homie, you know, you see 15 pairs of Dayton's driving down the street, Chevys, Blazers, Lowrider, half of them cars, at least a quarter of them cars would be LA niggas.
Yeah.
Now you got to understand, this is a crack era. The crack era is the most influential time I could think of, maybe other than like the 60s, you know, with the Black Panthers and all that shit. But like, nigga, that shit was crazy, homie. And I don't know if young niggas really understand that shit.
Nah, I was too young.
Niggas don't understand that. Y'all don't understand, like, nigga, cell phones wasn't even out yet. Nigga, you had to go out to get a bitch.
Yeah.
Wasn't no internet shit. Wasn't no, you had to be ready to, okay, I might get into some shit today just to go meet a bitch. Wasn't no sit at home and flex and act like you fresh. No, nigga, you gotta have a fresh fit. Wasn't no sit at home and, you know, wear the same. No, nigga, you gotta get a fresh fit. You gotta get out and you're gonna get into some shit outside. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you. I was talking to you one time. I remember you said something to me. You was like, you know, Sharp, San Diego was one of the only places that had some resistance when niggas was trying to come in and trying to really take shit over, man. I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit more.
So this is the reason why San Diego nigga will take these things a little differently. You know what I'm saying? When they hear certain shit, like it was just, I'm not picking on shit. It was just a statement. Somebody said, Sharp said.
Do me a favor, pull it up over here for me.
Sharp said, yeah, nigga, some ride in San Diego. And then somebody started laughing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like San Diego niggas ride, we'll do it. And somebody started laughing, like, I'm like, nigga, like, to a San Diego nigga, you really can't
for
say
real,
that.
Bro.
Because if you ever been to I'm not no penitentiary nigga, I'm not gonna flex like it. Yeah. But if you been to the penitentiary, any nigga in here been in jail, been to the penitentiary, they not gonna say that when you say San Diego niggas. They gonna say something different. So that when you hear a G-ass nigga that done been on the yard and done put it down for Dago and all that type shit, and then you hear a motherfucker saying some shit like, oh, San Diego niggas a nigga just laugh. If you from Compton, you never heard a nigga say, oh, Compton niggas be right. Niggas, oh, Compton nigga, ha. You never heard that before.
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And y'all kind of in a position to where that y'all have trumped because it's the mecca of the shit. Y'all have trumped. It's the mecca of the shit. But at the same time, San Diego niggas, they're a little bit different than the other niggas mentally because they whether I ain't gonna lie, nigga, LA niggas is bigger, more organized, more whatever. But a dumbass San Diego,
we got more structure. We got more structure.
But a dumbass San Diego nigga, he don't care about none of that shit.
I know a lot of them niggas.
Where a few other cities may care about that shit. Retarded ass San Diego niggas don't really care about that shit. I done been in LA. I know how LA niggas get down. I know what it is. I know the difference. You feel what I'm saying? But like far as on some gangsterism, San Diego nigga don't feel like it's no difference between LA and San Diego. And they shouldn't know. And not just because they looked in the mirror and pumped themselves up. Nah, because of a lot of occurrences and a lot of shit that have happened over the years. You know what I'm saying? To where like resistance wise, like shout out to all my G's, Snoop, Warren G, Dog Pound, even Easy in them. I never met Easy, but Easy, Spider Love, all my niggas. But them niggas will tell you they didn't felt resistance in San Diego, and they felt it from niggas that wasn't acting like they was tripping off that niggas was from LA, and so that, like I said, not that San Diego niggas they tougher or harder or none of that shit, but they at least feel on the same level when it comes to the gangster shit. For the reason that niggas is in the same pennant. It ain't no San Diego pennant. Nigga, everybody in the same shit.
Right, real shit.
Everybody in the same shit. If you've been on the yard in San Diego, you know who had the keys or who was running shit. I'm not no penitentiary nigga, so I can't. But what I'm telling you is, ask a nigga that is a penitentiary nigga. Have you ever heard a nigga run in the yard?
See, this is why I went back to that video, because I'm like, you know, this nigga Mitchy Slick saying some real shit. It was no reason for him to sit back and be quiet when, you know, it was a perfect opportunity to represent his city, bro. You see what I'm saying? I just felt like Wack was hot dogging, you know what I'm saying, the airwaves. He could have let that man speak. Look how that nigga laying this shit down. He ain't putting no paint where it ain't. None of that shit. He just keeping that shit thorough, man. That's why I was just like, what was the point of having him up there? Now, I think I want to see Adam22 and Mitchy Slick just have a solid conversation. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to get up on that nigga, nothing. Just give that nigga, enlighten that man the history of Dago. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You said what you said, nigga. Yeah, unforgiving. But at the same time, nigga, let me lay it like this so a nigga can understand where you coming from. That's it. That's all, man. I felt like you just hearing this interview, Mitchy Slick should have definitely been, you know, writing on Adam brain, like bought up homework or something, man. Let's go.
I don't know, no disrespect to any other cities, but niggas done seen Dago niggas run yards though. Feel me though? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real though. These are some of the strongest niggas on the yard and all that type of shit. And so that's the reason why a San Diego nigga hear certain shit and be having that attitude they was having from the comments that was said on the show. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's why too, I was like, I made it my thing to sit right here. You feel me? Yeah. For one, from day one, Mitchy, you always been like, hey, bro, when you in Dago, I'll have homies out there with you. You know what I'm saying? From day one and shit like that. And I done made so much money in Dago and fuck with the city so much. You know what I'm saying? My intentions was never to, you know, saying down the homies and shit like that. Niggas already know that shit, even when you call me. You like, you know, I ain't take it like that, but you brought it to my attention like, AD, you speaking to a lot of people, and we know that you ain't coming like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I got to make it my thing to sit down. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with San Diego. Been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mitchy been taking care of a nigga a long time. There's a lot of other niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? So every time a nigga touch down on that motherfucker, that's why nigga, the DJ say, what you want to hear? Put that motherfucking Imperial on.
Imperial go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And him being a B-dog and me being on the blue side, I just like, that made that shit even more powerful to begin with. Like, why this blue side nigga coming up here and he always asking to play Imperial and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So
but niggas fuck with
just
you
over their respect.
Though,
yeah, for sure,
niggas
for sure.
Fuck with you and Dago, homie, straight up. So I know that there was no ill intent with that, but at the same time, I came to just inform and give a couple of, you know, insightful things, homie, about why San Diego niggas feel the way they feel. But with y'all being so powerful, homie, with y'all, because I don't give a fuck what y'all think, niggas is tapping into this shit, homie. Facts. Straight up though. You feel me though?
Yeah, 100.
And so when these things is going on, and then niggas from all over the world is listening to this shit, you know, shit, that shit affect me.
Right.
I go out of town, some nigga think I'm cupcaking or something like that, based upon, you know, what was said on the show. Yeah. And niggas in the way, and you feel the same way I feel, nigga, because everything I would have said, this nigga was saying.
Yeah. And I told you the context too. Yeah. It was like, nigga, it was 30 SD hats over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no offense to them. And I had nothing but love for them and Lil Weirdo, but I didn't know none of them.
I didn't know that though.
So I'm really standing here on, I'm not paying attention to what's out into the crowd. I'm paying attention to what's going on right here at this table.
I'm paying attention to everything.
Straight up.
I'm like this.
Nigga on this shit.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying I wasn't paying attention to that of like, oh, well, because I heard the comment be made like, oh, well, maybe Sharp turned up a little bit because there was some San Diego niggas in the house. I don't care if there was some Alabama niggas in the house. If a nigga saying something about my city, like there's things that's gonna pop in my mind that I'm thinking of, not that the next person is looking at me saying that.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's how I kind of felt at first before me and you talk, because I see a million SD hats over there.
And shout out to them niggas.
Yeah, shout out to all them. You feel me? On our show, young homie. On our show, everybody be laughing. We over here joking and shit like that. And I'm sitting over here, and every time I say a joke and everybody look, I look to the side, niggas is like, Nobody moving. So I'm like, wait a minute, like the niggas coming over here, you know what I'm saying, to regulate and shit like that. And I'm like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck if no other LA niggas say anything. I'm gonna stand up for the city how I'm supposed to. You feel me? Ain't no scary nigga. I don't care who the fuck in the building. You know what I mean?
I felt like there was a couple rocks being thrown at a nigga.
Definitely
I
rocks.
felt them like skin my cheek, and I was like, whoa, hold on, Jack. Let me grab one of these motherfuckers, nigga. We play baseball in Dago, nigga. I got an arm.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna show you how this motherfucker strike.
But that's just because
My nigga,
San Diego is a very different city, and I ain't no disrespect to no other cities that's surrounding LA. But you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we fucked up now. We ain't got no football team now, and the basketball team gone. But you know, we a major city, homie. The rest of these cities surrounding LA, no disrespect, but they're like, we look at them like LA kind of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the LA County or something like that. But San Diego is its own city, homie. 2 hours away. Got our own infrastructure down there, homie. And it's a city, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that when
I noticed a lot of the San Diego fans never moved with the Chargers when they moved out here.
they was like, they wasn't fucking
They
with
wasn't fucking with
And niggas mad about that. Niggas mad about that. Niggas mad about that, homie.
I ain't seen niggas wear LaDainian Thomason fucking jersey no more, nothing. You don't see nothing. Niggas done retired them motherfuckers, boy.
Yeah, man, niggas take it to heart, especially the G homies. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of G homies is like nigga, my homies got it's a lot of homies got cracking in like 74. Yeah. The LA stories got cracking in 72 with the Damu and the Crip shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, nigga, we was a couple years after that. You know what I'm saying? 70s. My hood basically got cracking all the way like 76. With like brims and shit like that, 30s and Dago and shit like that. That shit like 74. Right. So these are the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why. Because I know a lot of other cities probably can't say that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
How were you perceived when you went to other states as a San Diego rapper? And you introduced yourself, you know, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I'm Mitchy Slick from San Diego. You know, going to hitting a show, you know, going to different states and things like that.
I mean, me and my niggas was pushing so hard, it was never no nothing. It was like, I never felt that. You know what I'm saying? I never felt no funny type shit or nothing like that. Yeah. But then, you know, but I probably wouldn't get it in the forefront, but maybe like on the back end. I feel like that's the reason why, you know, we never really got to reach a lot of shit. I mean, hey, D, imagine being from a city, homie, where ain't a major city, homie, with 1 trillion rappers, and ain't nobody never went really platinum. You niggas got 15, 20 niggas on the block in Compton that went platinum.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? If a nigga get buzzing in the circle of his homies,
nigga,
your uncle gonna come in. Yeah, man, let me go holler at Dre and whoever the quickest, Black Tone or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's this thing, homie, with us, homie. We've been trying, we've been moving, we're trying to get it going. Niggas don't really understand the business in San Diego. And it's not the talent, it's not that niggas ain't doing their shit, but we don't have access. I mean, think about this. What if Atlantic and Interscope and Priority, nigga, was downtown San Diego? You know how much harder it would be for y'all to get into that office?
Straight up, they're gonna choose us.
It ain't even every nigga in LA that's on. It's hoods in LA that ain't never had a nigga on.
Right.
You know how it is for us?
What do you feel like the culture in Dago of rap, what do you think is lacking? What do you feel like is lacking to touch that next step?
The knowledge and somebody that could push buttons. See, all this shit is about relationships, homie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All this shit is about who can make a phone call and make some shit happen. And naturally, nigga, if you from LA or LA County, you gonna be more tapped in with niggas that can make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a nigga that's a security guard from 60s that working the goddamn office to see what's the name every day, walking in and out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no nigga from San Diego working nowhere in that motherfucking building. Ain't dropping off no boxes or nothing. You feel me? And that type of shit is the difference. That's all the difference. And then the Bay got action because they don't gotta come through LA. They gotta come through LA to get on, but they ain't gotta come through LA to be able to make a career, homie, in each. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's what I was saying too. Like when I first started doing my runs in Dago, I used to tell niggas all the time, like, why ain't the radio and Dago supporting Dago artists. They'll play an LA artist or even the fucking promoters.
Y'all niggas be trying to beat niggas up though. Y'all radio stations.
No, we do, but that's
they
what
be pulling up on their radio stations.
I used to tell niggas like, hey, bro, in LA, they used to try to put the radio promoters in the trunks and shit like that. I ain't telling niggas to go do some shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? It gotta be some type of way. You know what I mean? Like,
San Diego,
they
homie.
gotta do it.
The police run San Diego, homie. Y'all don't know this shit. Nigga, I was the first gang injunction. I was the first black nigga. They made that law up, my nigga. For y'all that don't know, California gang injunction. They try to end this shit now. It's supposed to be over now.
When y'all the first?
No, 18th Street was the first. And then I think it was I was the first black person in California to be on gang. Not my hood. No, me. I was the first nigga. Like, okay, so this is the reason why. Like, this is the reason why niggas feel a certain way when you see Dago shit. They skipped over the Swans and the main streets and nigga came to me. So this is a lot of the reason why we ain't being successful in the rap shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on a particular TV show. I ain't giving them no props. And I tried to speak about this shit. But they skewed this shit right here and turned this shit around, my nigga, and made it look a certain way, my nigga. But you know, shit, I done been up here rocking with all the niggas, homie, since 2000, homie. All the niggas, homie. Shout out to the niggas that first opened the door for me, the Liquid Crew, King T, all them niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you say, what is it? We need the knowledge, homie, and then we need button pushers. Because without a nigga that knows somebody, you know, so I always say it like this, like, if you got a record out and you trying to get your record played, and the nigga at the radio station is your goddamn relative, okay, fuck it, he ain't your relative.
He gonna go harder.
Even if he just went to the high school you went to. Come on, my nigga. If a nigga come through here that's rapping and it's 20 niggas want to get on this show right now, and the nigga went to the same high school you went to, you gonna be like, hey, what's up, little nigga? You feel me?
Straight up.
We don't got that.
You think it'd be easier to push a single in Dago versus an album?
I'm always gonna say single. I'm always gonna say single.
Yeah.
Because any nigga that you know right now, how do you know of him? And shout out to all my young niggas. I know the promoter's gonna get mad at me for this one. But all that pay to rocket, pay to performance shit like that.
That shit weak.
What nigga do you know right now that you a fan of his and you went to a show and didn't know who he was and now you his fan because you saw him perform one night at the show?
I think it's kind of 50-50.
Who?
No. Personally, I'm just saying, like, I know niggas, like, I done been to a show where the opener came on, and I'm like, damn, I fuck with that nigga music.
Yeah, but do you,
but not like
you
crazy,
fuck with Roddy Rich or some nigga like that?
Not like that, like, damn, that shit cool.
He's not your favorite rapper now or shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, real shit.
Yeah, that shit, you know, and that's all the type of shit. We got to result to shit like that. I say we, because, well, like I said, I'm speaking for San Diego.
As a whole.
But me, you know, I done figured out some other shit. I came up here and started fucking with LA niggas, homie, and they fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? LA niggas embraced me from the gate, homie.
Yeah.
How
long you been coming up here?
Since shit, 99. The first time I came to LA, homie, I came up here with me and a few homies. Shout out to the homie Black Mikey, the homie M-Ham. We came up here and we came to meet Sir Jinx, homie. Sir Jinx, homie. For the young niggas that don't know, that's a real That's Dr. Dre, little cousin, the first one. When Dr. Dre in the movie,
it wouldn't be a lot of this shit happening.
Dr. Dre was in the movie. He left his mama house and went to his auntie house with his cousin. That was Jinx. And about 8 years after that shit happened is when I met Jinx, and he laced me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really took me to rap school, homie. And while I was over there, I met a lot of niggas: Spider, Corrupt, Roscoe, motherfucking a bunch of niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got going, but. It's been a long time, nigga, and it took me a lot, and I did shit in LA.
Yeah, all right, man. We're going to leave it right there, man. I need y'all to hype the video, man. We got more content coming in the morning, so y'all stay tuned, man. Be on the lookout tomorrow. And, yeah, make sure y'all leave y'all opinions in the comment section. I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's go.
How it go? It's gonna be alright. Yeah. Hit that like button if you feel my pain. Yeah. Came from the bottom, now I'm in my lane. Yeah. I grind all day, I grind all night. Stay 10 toes down, now my future bright. Yeah. Wake up early, I'm chasing a check. No handouts, I demand my respect. Stay down, had to run up a bag. Now they watching, yeah, they mad I'm up next. I was broke, now I'm building it up. Late night. nights I was filling my cup with ambition, had to be to myself. Now I shine, ain't no need for no help. Yeah, they ain't believe me when I said I glow. Now they see me everywhere I go. Had to hustle through the rain and the pain. Now it's sunshine, I didn't change the game. Hit that like button if you walk with me. Yeah, I've been on my grind, ain't no stop.